Legendary Pokemon are supposed to be the big dogs of their region. While most of them hold that up, some of them do get the short end of the stick. So today, I'm going to go through all of them and rank them all based on their design and battle prowess. This thing has such a boring and unappealing design that it doesn't even look like a legendary. It just looks like a normal freaking Pokemon. This Pokemon is so terrible I had to team up with 2 other Pokemon just to be good. Also, its head thing looks stupid. The concept is cool with like them supposed to be fighter jets and stuff, but it just like doesn't go across well. They just look really stupid. Their cry, that like disgusting sound you just had to listen to, kind of encapsulates how I feel about these Pokemon. There's just not a lot going on there. I don't know, man. It's just like once we're in like the deep part of the list, it's just like there's not even really that much wrong with these Pokemon. They're just like really boring, and they don't do a lot, and they're bad. And I don't know. I don't think their designs are that bad. They're just kind of boring. Like, what even is this Pokemon? I don't know. It just has like a really basic design, and there's just like not a lot going on there. I know I've kind of said this for every Pokemon, but like it doesn't have any legs. It just kind of like it's flat. For like a legendary Pokemon, it's just like not very cool. This design isn't even terrible. It's just like the weird wing hands. It just like ruins it for me. Like if you just like give it normal wings, like a bird, like Ho-Oh, instead of the weird wing hand things, it would be like at least a B tier. But the wing hands, they just look weird. I like Trapagos. I like its normal form, but its second and third form are kind of bad. I don't really like the designs. I just wish instead of having 3 different forms, they just had one form that was better instead of having these like 3 forms and 2 of them are way over designed. I'm not a huge hater of these Pokemon like some other people are. They're really good competitively. And that might be a turn off for some people, but I like them. I like their designs. I just don't think they're crazy. You know, again, they're really good. I don't think their designs are all that makes up for that. This design really isn't as bad as some of the other ones, but it's just kind of forgettable. You know, you're the most forgettable legendary group in the entire game, and it's just like the worst design out of the worst legendary group. They're not good at battle. They're just not good at anything. Everything it does, other legendaries do better. Boring. So Celesteela is our first Ultra Beast, which are not really legendaries, but I kind of like them, so I wanted to include them. But Celesteela isn't terrible, they're not amazing, but the reason I have them so low is just because they don't even seem like a Pokemon. I know that's like kind of the entire point of the Ultra Beasts, but I like the other Ultra Beasts more than this, and this just barely seems like it's anything. Like the only resemblance of life you can see is the little mouth it has, but that's like barely anything. It doesn't even feel like it's like alive. Ogerpon's like one of the first legendaries where it's just like, they're not bad, but there's just legendaries that are better than it. I think it's cute and I like its masks, but even with all that said, there's so many good legendary Pokemon that this one is just like really low. Terrakion is basically just like Virizion 2.0. I mean, they're a part of the same group, so it kind of makes sense, but I'd say they're similarly bad. I just like Terrakion a bit more. I like its head thing. I really hate its face though. An Origami Samurai is such a cool idea for a Pokemon. Like, it's awesome, bro. Its type isn't amazing though, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool, it's cute, it's part of a cool evolution line, but like literally gets no attacking moves and literally can't be used in battle like at all. I'm gonna be honest, this Pokemon would look pretty cool if it wasn't trying to look like an electric bicycle with like the weird wheel on its neck. Like, it's a nice design, but the neck just kind of ruins it for me. I mean, it's not terrible, but it just kind of looks like a walrus and a cat had a baby and it got stung by a bee. It's pretty similar to Miraidon. I like the colors more, the feathers look cool, and the wheel doesn't look as stupid. I think the Thunder Chicken is a perfect mix of looking absolutely stupid and kind of cool. I love the Firefish, dude. It just like, its colors look amazing. It just looks like it's like glowing, and I like the little beady little eyes. It makes it look a little goofy in like a good way. This is such a strange Pokemon, like even for Ultra Beasts, like it's a clown ghost that uses its head to explode and damage things. Like that's such a crazy idea. and it just like has like the weird little eyes on its head. I'm not like a super huge fan of it, but it's not bad. You know, a lot of people hate on this Pokemon, but I don't think it's that bad. Like, it doesn't really need to exist, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's cool, but I don't know. It's kind of stupid, and its theory and form kind of takes it down a bit, but I don't know. I don't really hate it that much. The fire chicken is like kind of stupid, but it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a fire chicken. There's not a lot going on there, but it's kind of like a representation of the phoenix kind of, and I think it's kind of cool. I like its lore of like sleeping in volcanoes, but it's kind of just a lava chicken, but that doesn't make it bad. I think Galarian Moltres is a huge upgrade from normal Moltres. Like, it doesn't just look like a weird lava chicken. Now this thing looks awesome. Articuno Galarian looks kind of dumb though. I don't like its weird like eye things. I like the normal design more. I think it's more sleek. I think this is the best of the Swords of Justice. I think it's way better than Virizion and Terrakion. Like, so much more character. I love its color. I like its name. But it's not like super amazing interesting. I like the goat idea. I think that's cool. This is a very regal design. I like the little like tethers, but like from its tail. I like the hair that it has and like the crown it has. I think it's just a generally sleek design. I don't think it's incredible though. I think it's all right. I like it. I think like the actress model cockroach is like a really good idea. I really like the hair that's supposed to like, you know, do like the cockroach shape, and like the nice antennas. I think it looks cool. I like how its like eyebrow looks like a crown. I just think it's like a really sleek design. I like the colors. Now, I don't have a lot of bad to say about this design. It's a genie. I like its colors. It's not terrible, but the theory and form is so bad. I think its concept is cool with like it's supposed to be like the yin to Zekron's yang, with like, so they're supposed to be like the yin yang, but like I do not like its design. I don't like its hair too much. I think it's a little over designed, but I still think it's a cool Pokemon. It has nice typing. And I think the generation it's from is pretty cool. I'm not a complete hater, but I don't think it's like incredible, but I still think it's pretty good. Everything I said about Tornadus kind of applies for Thundurus. It's just better. I like its colors way more, and its theory and form is way better. Like, this thing looks awesome. The whole idea for Kyurem is that it's supposed to be like the lost like body of like Kyurem and Reshiram's like combined form. So like you combine all three of them and make this like giant dragon, but we never really get to see it, and so this Pokemon's just kind of lackluster. But I like its design though, and it's a cool concept being Ice Dragon, and its forms are pretty cool. I like that it can combine with other legendaries. It was the first Pokemon that can do that. I think Zekrom is way cooler than Reshiram. I think it's like Electric Dragon. That's cool. That's cool. I like its back is a freaking electric generator. That's cool. I like that. It's not a super complex design, but I think it's cool. Now this is the GOAT of the legendary genies. I don't like its colors as much as Thundurus, but its freaking design is so much better. I like its hair, and its theory and form just looks incredible. I think it looks the best out of any of them. These Pokemon are so weird because they're the only Ultra Beasts that evolve, so it's like I kind of am just lumping them together because I'm not really sure. I like them both pretty equally. I like, you know, giant bee. They're bees. They're poison bees that are dragons. That's awesome. I'm kind of just lumping these two Pokemon together because I kind of just have the same thing to say about them. They both are awesome birds that have the sleekest designs. Like, their designs are so sleek, the colors are amazing, and they don't look stupid like Zapdos or Moltres. They look amazing. The Regis are some of my favorite legendaries. I think this one is the worst, but I still think it's cool. Like, I like Registeel. I like its stupid little eyes on its face. But its shape's kind of weird. That's why it's the worst of the Regis. You'd think the creator of Space would be like more interesting and less goofy, but like, I don't know, it looks kind of goofy, but I still like it. I like its little shoulder things, and I think its head looks cool, and yeah, I don't know, there's not a lot to say about it. I like its colors. There's no way the legendary Pokemon couldn't be here. Like, it's just all around good. It's kind of in the middle. It has good lore with it being like a test subject. It's good in battle. It has a cool signature move. I think it looks cool. I like its design, but It's all around, but I don't think it's all too special. I think it's cool though. I like it. I thumbs up. If you've been listening to what I've been saying, you know I love, absolutely love the sleek designs. And Regice, it's sleek, it's smooth. It's part of one of my favorite legendary groups in the game, and it's funny, it's goofy. I like it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I just think it's an all around really good Pokemon. I think Eternatus is sick. One of the only dragon poison types. I like its design. It looks really alien. That's the point. It comes from a meteor from space. It looks really alien. It does that really well. And its Eternamax form just looks so sick. And it is such a cool boss fight. It is done so well, and I think it's awesome. Now, do I like Zacian? Yes, I like Zacian, but I don't know. There's something about it. I like it. It's really, really OP. It's one of the most OP broken Pokemon. And it has a cool place in the story, but I don't know, compared to the other legendary dog, I just don't like it as much. I've preferred Zamazenta like my whole life, right? All the years Zamazenta's existed, I've liked it more than Zacian, but Zacian's still pretty cool. I like its colors, its shiny is really nice. Regirock is that sleekness that I was talking about with Regice, but bumped up to 11. It looks good, it's simple, it knows what it's trying to be, it's not over-designed, it has nice colors, it has a nice shiny, and it's part of, again, my favorite legendary group, basically, and so I think it's incredible. The thing I like about Regieleki is that it takes, like, the Regi formula and kind of flips it on his head, because most of the Regis are just like this, like, these stationary golems that don't have a lot of movement, but Regieleki, it's bouncing around, you know, it's having fun, it's all movement, and I think that's cool, and I like its design. This is such like an interesting Pokemon because like the Pokemon itself are the wooden tablets on its back, and everything else is just being controlled by them. And I think it's cool. I like its eyes. I like how they're formed out of like the stalks that come out of its head. And I don't know. There's not a lot to say. It's a cool plant snail. I like it. This is such a huge upgrade from normal Zapdos because it went from this weird spiky thunder chicken to this awesome ostrich that has these cool colors and these awesome legs, and I think this is awesome, and this is peak. I think it's funny because this Pokemon's supposed to be like a snow leopard, but it kind of just looks like a ferret, but it has like these awesome sword fangs, and its colors are sleek, it's sleek. The freaking sword fangs, dude, they're so cool. That's awesome. A giant dragon Pokemon that lives in an alternate universe where it ate everything, and that's why people are dead. Like, everyone is dead. There's no one. It's just this Pokemon eating stuff. And that is so hard. That goes so hard. That is awesome. It was kind of hard to pick between this and Chien-Pao, like, on which one I liked more, but I think I picked Ting-Lu just because, I don't know, it looks like this hulking beast, and it has, like, the giant bull on its head. It's not a bull, but it looks like a bull, and it's cool. And I don't know, it's like this cool moose thing. I love it. I think it's awesome. The fact that, in my opinion, the worst Tapu is all the way up here just goes to show how incredible Generation 7's legendaries are. Like, from here on out throughout the list, there are, like, so many Generation 7 legendaries because they're all so amazing. This is Pheromosa's big brother. It's a freaking giant muscular mosquito with like the blood through its veins. Like, that's so cool. Its colors are amazing, and I freaking love its design. It's this big hulking macho man. It's awesome. This Pokemon does a really good job at like representing what the Alola region is supposed to be, because it's like this representation of like Hawaiian culture, and I think it's cool, and I love it. I love it how it's like has a shell and it covers up and it looks like a bird, and it has like that cool mohawk, and its colors are nice. I love it shiny too. It's so good. I love like the lore of this Pokemon, how it was like genetically created to be similar to like the god of Pokemon, and like it was made to kill Ultra Beasts, but it was too strong, so they had to like control it with this mask. But once you like get enough friendship with it, it breaks out of the mask and it becomes Sylvalla, and I just think that's cool. I like both their designs and how it's supposed to mimic Arceus, and I think that's awesome. I don't have too much to say about this Pokemon. It's cute. It's supposed to be based off the Cosmos, and like that's what its whole evolution line is based off of. What else do I have to say? They're supposed to represent life and death, and I think that's cool. I like the bacon bird. I like how Yveltal goes into a cocoon and Xerneas turns into a tree when they're like hibernating. I think that's cool. Giratina is so cool between its two forms, and like the fact that it's supposed to represent Antimatter, and like how it has literally its own dimension that it created, and it's like the complete opposite of the Pokemon like God Arceus, and I think that's cool. I like it. This is by far the best of the legendary beasts between Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. Entei just looks so cool. It doesn't look stupid like Raikou, and it's not as basic as I think Suicune is. I just love it. I like the smoke cloud it has on its back because obviously it's a volcano, and I like how every time it barks, it makes a volcano explode. And I like its like face thing, and I like the colors it has on it, and I like the chains it has on its legs. Not a lot to be said that hasn't already been said about the other Tapus. I think its colors work better, and I like that it's based off a bull. Supposed to be the god of time, and I think it does a way better job at representing what it's supposed to be, way better than its other counterpart Palkia. It looks like it has like liquid flowing in it. It has like the cool steel on its body. I like Tapu Lele and like the rest of the Tapus for that matter because they're designed well and they have intricate designs. They're very detailed, but they're not over designed. Like with Tapu Lele, you have the hair, you have the markings on the shell, you have the eyes, and you have the eyebrows, and you have the arms, the little cuffs at the end. And it's just, there's a lot going on with this design, but it's not over designed because it all meshes together very well. It all comes together well to make this very beautiful and this very pretty design. It does a really good job at separating the two forms because like the normal form is supposed to look very destroyed, very ragged, you know, it's destroyed. And the new form is supposed to look very regal. And I think it does a very good job of that. And it makes it look very imposing, which is the entire point. It's supposed to look like a shield. Despite the fact that this Pokemon has barely any lore and like it's not super interesting, I love the Lava Frog simply because I think its design is so silly and so awesome. I think it's just like such a silly, sweet design. I like its colors. I like its specs. I like the steel, bits. I think it's cool, and I think I like the frog. It's a lion that's shaped like the sun. I don't know how that's not cool. It looks amazing. Its colors look great. I like the little orange specks on its mane, and I love how they made the mane look like the sun. I think that's awesome. I think this is a really good design. This is almost Reggie perfection. Like, I like how they made the face look like a Y. I think that's cool. But the arms, dude, you have a dragon head that's split open and is used as the arms. That is such a cool and interesting design. But I think there's a different Pokemon that does it a little bit better, which we'll be seeing in the top 10. It's a jellyfish made of glass. That is a wonderful idea. That's an amazing idea. And I think this is amazing for the top 10 slot because I just have so much good to say about this Pokemon. It is good in the story. The main villain of one of the games dresses her daughter to look like this Pokemon because she's so obsessed with it. The reason that this Pokemon is rated really high and Celesteela isn't is because while Celesteela has very little when it comes to like life, like it doesn't look like it's alive, Xurkitree has that, but it has character. Instead of looking alive and acting like a creature via its looks, it acts like it with its character and how it acts. And I think it does a very good job. It's a tree. It's an electric tree from another world. That's an awesome concept. I like its spiky head. And it's such an interesting little silly Pokemon, and I love it. Stakataka is pretty similar to Xurkitree, where it doesn't look like there's a lot going on with this Pokemon, like character-wise. It doesn't look like it's alive, but it has a lot of character, and I think I like it. I like its colors. I like how it's a bunch of eyes. It looks like a building. I like how it can flip the eyes out. There's a lot of movement going on with this Pokemon, and I like that. I like how it's very flexible design. It's almost like a Lego set. There's a lot this Pokemon does, and I think that makes it very interesting. Out of all of the games, this is probably the greatest trio of legendaries ever made. You have 3 absolute hits that all form this beautiful triangle of just awesomeness. You have Groudon, which is the ground guy. You have Kyogre, which is in the water, and you got Rayquaza, which is in the skies. And the entire point is that Rayquaza brings balance to the other two. And I think it's just a really cool triangle, and I think they all have amazing designs. This Pokemon fully encapsulates what all of the Reggies up to this point have been. It's a big golem, all right? It has big lore, and it looks like a golem. It looks like it's been around for thousands of years. He has the grass on him. He has the gold. He looks like an ancient statue. It's amazing. I love its design, and I love its lore. It's terrible in battle, though. What is there to say? It's a moon bat. It's a bat that is supposed to look like a moon. That's awesome. Its head got the crescent shape. And it has stars on it, and I like the little talons it has. This design is awesome. This was the Pokemon I was referencing when I said there was a Pokemon that did what Regidrago did, but better. Because if you take Necrozma and you flip it on its side, its head looks like the head of Ultra Necrozma. Which, by the way, Ultra Necrozma is one of the coolest Pokemon. And also, Necrozma has so many different forms, and they all look amazing. Duskwing and Dawnming have amazing colors, and they have the amazing black accents. And I haven't even mentioned this Pokemon is based on a prism, like the ones you put light through and it reflects them. Like, that's awesome. This is an amazing design, has amazing forms, and it is the second best Pokemon in my opinion. Well, out of the legendary Pokemon. I don't know who else it could have been but Zygarde. I love Zygarde. It is my, it's in my top 5 favorite Pokemon in general. I love its colors, first of all. They had that amazing green and that black. It just flows so well, and its design is nice. I like the snake. It looks cool. But that's not even mentioning all of its different forms. You have 10%, you have 50%, you have 100%, and you have the cells. There's so many different ways that they, like, fleshed out this design and this idea, and they made it so different which each different form, and it's so interesting, and its ability is amazing, and its lore is amazing, being the one who brings balance between Yveltal and Xerneas, you know. It had an amazing plot in the anime. It looks so cool. This is so biased. I just love this Pokemon so much.